This is Skyler Saunders seeing what's current. All right, let me get my advertisers and sponsors on deck. My main man, Pang. He is a entrepreneur. He is a veteran. He is a great man. He is a friend. But that's not why I'm promoting him. I'm promoting him because he's paying me money. And he's a good guy. If he wasn't paying me money, he wasn't a good guy, I wouldn't deal with him. But he's a good guy. So his product is his website, lifestrongapparel.com. LIFESTRONGAPPAREL.com. And you will find there fitness gear, fruit infused sea moss, from soursop to elderberry to mango to pineapple to blueberry. I've had the blueberry. It's excellent. I definitely champion it and refer to it every time. Say it's the truth. And I would definitely recommend it to you to go to investigate and have a jar yourself. So that's lifestrongapparel.com for my main man Pang. Tell him that the goofy guy Sky Saunders sent you. Also, BEEJACKSON 5478. B Jackson 5478 on YouTube. He's got sardines on the grill. He's got fried chicken. He's got near beer or non-alcoholic beers that he's discussing. It's all in fun and a great sense of humor, and he just has a really great way of presenting himself. So I definitely recommend that you go see him, see what he's about. B Jackson on YouTube. Tell him that the goofy guy Sky Saunders sent you. Also on YouTube, SPIRITSMOOTHTUNES, Spirit Smooth Tunes. And he has a catalog of artists such as Peebo Bryson, Whitney Houston, Kim, Najee, Anita Baker, the Fatback Gang, the Gap Band, Earth, Wind and Fire, and the Fatback Band. That's what I'm trying to say. Sade. That's what I was trying to remember. I had a little brain freeze right there, but those are the different artists that you can expect to see. And hear and listen to on his channel. So definitely go to Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Tell him that the goofy guy Sky Saunders sent you. Also, check out twitch.tv/.focus, DOTFOCUS _, just one _. He's got the rifles in action. He's got the sniper rifle. I think he's got handguns. He's got all kinds of things. His gameplay. It's all for gameplay. He's not going to shoot up a church or a shopping mall or a theater or something crazy like that. It's all just in the gameplay, the first-person shooter, Call of Duty. So that's .focus, DOTFOCUS _. Also, tell him that the goofy guy Sky Saunders is you. If you would like to advertise or sponsor for this show, hit me up at SKYLERSAUNDERS@gmail.com. SkylerSaunders@gmail.com. So we can work out a plan. It's gonna be in the 3 figures. It's definitely gonna be in the 3 figures, but we can work out some kind of plan. We can definitely work something out. So I have to get paid first, and then I will say whatever brands or whatever your product is or your service, and I'll be happily able to advocate for it. All right, so we also have my 100 Club, Skyler's 100 Club. That's when you have at least $100 a month, every month, just to support the machine. I'm taking it from the 700 Club. The late hateful Pat Robertson had a network called the 700 Club. He would say he had people that would give him $700 a month for over a brief amount of time and just build up his network. He had networks all over the country, all over the places of the country. So mine is just the 100 Club. I'm not asking for too much yet. I might double it. I might continue to double it if I see there's a good pattern of people willing to pay at least $100 a month for my services. So I appreciate you. Join Height. Royale is a real one. His name is Royale, but it's really real because he just gave me $50 yesterday, and you can give me $50 today, or $100, or $150 $150,000. Well, maybe not $150,000, but anywhere up to $999,999. I'll take it. That's unless, Cash App has changed their policies. That's why I have them down here as well. If you can see it, it's in the poll, but it's just to put it on the screen. I can't. There's no other way I can interact with you guys on the mobile. I love to use the MacBook, but it's got a broken disc, and that's what is so frustrating. Hold on. Okay, so we can get into this story that's been brewing. And it's pretty meaty. It's pretty meaty. It's one of the meatiest stories on the internet, aside from Diddy. I'm not going to try to get into too much Diddy. But Lauryn Hill and Pras. Pras has the nerve to sue Lauryn Hill. I know she has a checkered past, but he has criminal charges against him. He was convicted on over a dozen counts of fraud and other charges. And he's suing her for fraud and breach of contract. What kind of shit is that? This is crazy. I know Lauryn Hill's infamous for being late to shows or canceling shows or saying things like that. And of course, that's got to be an annoyance. But she's not a criminal. He's a convicted criminal. He's a convicted felon. He could face up to 20 years in prison. Pras has got some balls, some chutzpah behind him to be suing somebody when he's the one that should be sued because of his charges for being a felon. He should be sued on basis of not being able to. I don't know if he can be sued for being a felon, but you know what I mean. It just seems like the pot calling the kettle white. It's weird. It's very strange. So here's from the story. The suit added that the tour should have been a huge commercial success since most of shows for the entire arena-size tour were sold out in advance. Michel, that's Pras' last name, claimed he received zero money from the shows because the budget was so bloated with unnecessary and most likely fictitious expenses that it seemed designed to lose money. Hill eventually canceled the tour due to serious vocal strain. See, she canceled the tour. And Hill, in her defense, has said that Pras was actually overpaid for the tour. She says he was advanced overpayment for the last tour and has failed to repay substantial loans extended by myself as an act of goodwill, she wrote. Pras was given a $3 million advance for the tour, which he said he required to pay his legal fees. Wyclef and myself deferred our full advances to make sure he had what he needed and was able to go. I converted most of the tour expenses as the majority of the tour advance had gone to Pras. Continued. Other details include a claim that Hill rejected an offer from Coachella for the group to perform $5 million due to jealousy over No Doubt being featured at the top of the festival lineup. The suit read, Hill's arrogance was again demonstrated when she unilaterally rejected a $5 million offer. The reason was that her ego was bruised since the group No Doubt would receive top billing over the Fugees the night of their show. Hill never told Pras about the offer or that she they said it wrong, had rejected it. Pras only learned about it when it was too late after Hill, in an astonishing display of hubris, asked Pras if he would agree to perform a few Fugees songs for free as the opening act for her son YG Marley, who was slated to perform at the same Coachella festival. What was that? Oh yeah, by the way, it's a fundraiser Wednesday, folks. I know it's not a party. Yesterday was a party because of the title. Whenever you say blank blank dead at blank blank, you're gonna get views. That's just facts. This is the way it is. 'Cause that's how YouTube searches go. Oh my God, he's talking about, he died. Oh, she died. I gotta see what he's talking about. See what she's talking about. And then they probably say, oh, this nigga whack. Let me get out of here. Let me move on. But I still got your view, so I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. So it's all about the watch hours, though. It's not just about the watch, the views. It's about how long you stay on, the show. However long you watch the show. Let me see. Yeah, he was found guilty of, ready to influence a Malaysian businessman and somebody from China or something like that, and for the past presidents, Presidents Obama and Trump. He was found guilty on all the counts that mattered, I think, if not all of them. And he could spend over 2 decades behind bars. He's coming at Lauryn Hill? That seems really goofy to me. That seems very weird. I mean, like I said, she's not a perfect little angel. She's not the best, singer ever. But she has talent. She just needs to know when to get on stage at the right time. That's the only thing that's stopping her. So, if it's at all, possible, they should be able to work out their differences. This is the thing. And then, I said this before, I say it again. You're nobody till somebody sues you. And that somebody just happens to be somebody that you pretty much grew up with, that you knew, that you hung out with. And it's weird. This is a strange turn of events, because in the lawsuit, it says that Lauryn Hill and Wyclef Jean were married. Allegedly they had a baby together, and maybe that may not be alleged, but I didn't see anything else about it. But it said that there was they actually had a child. So she had all these, she had facts. She came with the facts. She said, in a sense, fact one, the last tour was put together to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. It was being planned whether the Fugees were involved or not. Fact two, the tour was expanded to incorporate the Fugees because I found out that Pras was in trouble and would need money to aid his legal defense. That's the reason why I know why he's suing him, but it just seems goofy. Either way, he's trying to get his money for his legal fees. Pras was given a $3 million advance for the tour, which he said he required to pay his legal fees. Wyclef and myself deferred our full advances to make sure he had what he needed and was able to go. I covered most of the tour expenses, as the majority of the tour advance had gone to Pras. An agreement was put in place to secure the repayment of the money he was advanced. Pras has not paid back the money he was advanced and is currently in breach of this agreement. Now, I'm going to spare you the other facts, which it seems like she's got, her business together. She's got facts on facts on facts. He said that he thanked her for saving his life, and then she put in captions, I have the receipts. This is serious. So she has seven facts that explain all this. This is pretty serious. And it's sad too. Like, this is sad. It's just sad. It is what it is. It's a sad situation. Because it's all about entertainment. It's all about fun and game. Everybody have a good time. And then the business of the business comes through. And if you're not ready for the business of the business, then you got to get the hell out of here. I don't care if you can sing the best song, if you have 8-octave range, if you got, if you can play the bass guitar and the you know, the rhythm guitar and the piano, and you know, you're a multi-instrumentalist, everything, and you still don't have business skills. That I can't really respect you. I might like your music, but might not respect, you know, your gangster, your the way you perform yourself, you know, perform your duties and the way you do it. And I don't know, sometimes it could be like Prince. You know, that he said he was the artist at one point, and said, you know, the artist formerly known as Prince, and he's the late great Prince, of course. But he was against the label. He had slave on his face. He had, you know, he could only say what the exact name, because they own his name. They own his name, image, and likeness. To my understanding, they own his image and likeness. I know they owned his name. But that's why he didn't go by Prince. If anybody caught that, that's the reason why. It wasn't just trying to be, oh, he's just a precious artist. They just want to do, he already has the mononym. Oh, he's just trying to be special and, you know, I guess arrogant, or, you know, just very, you know, weird. You know, just that weirdo artistry stuff like Madonna and who else was a mononym at that point? Madonna, Prince, Sade, if you want to say, you know, that was the name of her band actually, but you know, her name also was Sade. But yeah, so so I think that, you know, really, you know, takes away from the thing. I mean, that's why I like artists like Jay-Z. Super businessman. He's not a businessman, he's a businessman. Like, he took it to another level. He talked about publishing and masters, I think, more so than anybody else ever. I don't think there's an artist out there has talked about publishing and masters back in the 90s. He was talking about, rappers who get F for their publishing. You know, what is publishing? What I'm what, 10 years old or something like that? Like 98. He's talking about somebody's getting F for their publishing. Like, what? What is this publishing you speak of, sir? Like, you know, it's just goofy. It's just really goofy. The whole industry is goofy because people don't think of it as an industry. It is your commodity. You're a part of this machine. I'm a part of a machine. I'm part of a YouTube machine. I can't do certain things. I can't write certain things because of the business of the algorithm. I just can't do it. They won't let me. I can say what I want to say. I can say nigga, 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 nigga all day, but I can't say other words. But I think I can say them, but I don't have the monetization yet, so I think I can still say them. Like I said, I'm not, you know, disregarding, or this is not derogatory to anybody, but I can say the word faggot. Like, if you have a monetized, you know, show, then you can't say faggot, or anything like that. You can't say those F-bombs. And even the other F-bomb. I'm not even going to say that one, but if you say those words, then you know it's something serious. But and they may take down your stream, or they give you a strike or something like that. But I think they can't strike me because I don't have any monetization. My only money I can get is through donations. And all that is tax-free so far. So if I get monetization on YouTube, it's going to be taxed, and I'll just have to play the game. That's I see it. I'll just have to play the game, the tax game. That's all I have to be. But yeah, so Lauryn Hill and Pras, and Wyclef was hardly mentioned. Wyclef was just mentioned as weirdly as Lauryn Hill's husband. I don't think they ever were married. I don't think they ever had a marriage. Or I don't even know about the child. They said something about a child, but that didn't seem right. I don't even know about that. Let me look that up real quick. Does Wyclef... I'm looking it up right now. No, Wyclef Jean does not have a child with Lauryn Hill. that just says it right off the jump. Okay. But they did have a they had a romantic relationship though. They did have a romantic relationship. That has to be covered. That has to be displayed. They did have a relationship together, but they broke up. And the Fugees broke up. When the Fugees gonna break up, and every day I wake up, somebody got something to say or something like that. I don't remember what he said. When the Fugees gonna Then the Fugees gonna break up. Now every day I wake up, somebody's got something to say. So it's like the Fugees are on and off. They broke up way back in 2000 and 2001, and like then they came together. Then they broke up again. It's like it's a very on and off again situation. It's sad, and like I said, it's all about the money. Let's not get it confused. It has always been about the money, and that's not a bad thing. And I'm not saying it against business or anything like that or entrepreneurship. I'm just saying get your money right. Get all your dollars together. Get everything in line and in a row and together before you even touch a microphone or a stage or anything. And you're in a group or if you're in a band or whatever the case may be. Make sure you know what the hell you're doing with your money. Make sure you're bulletproof wallets. Nobody can touch your wallets. Make sure you know your publishing. Make sure you know your masters. Make sure you know your percentages of who gets what cut, and you get your cut, and they get their cut. That's what makes this thing better. It just makes it better. It makes everybody happier. I don't understand this not knowing business, and it's like, oh, this industry is the industry is not really the monster. It's not what it is. What it is. If it's a monster, it's like a lion. It's like a tiger. It's like an elephant. It's an animal from nature. And whenever you try, if you don't, if you're not comfortable around it, it'll sense that. If you're not able to feed the beast, what it wants, then you're going to be food for it. You're going to be fed to the wolves, to the lion, to the elephant, or gored by the elephant's tusk, or whatever the case may be. That's the nature of the business. And that's what's sad. We like to jam, we like to party, we like to get our groove on, everything like that. But it made me sad because I'm thinking that I was in a party one time, and I'm just like thinking about, did this person get paid for this? Did they have to write their lawyers? Did they have to clear the sample? Did they have to? Who is in charge of all that? Like I think about that stuff all the time. I might be the only one. I might not be the only one. I don't know. But all I know is I get those vibes sometimes when I'm at a party, when I'm at an event, when I'm at a cookout or something like that. I'm just thinking about, does this person get their share of the profits? Did they get? Or they get stiffed, is like they say, or they get burned. That's what they say in the industry as well. Did they get burned? And it's a party in here, by the way. It's Fundraiser Wednesday for my new MacBook. All you viewers, I see 11 people in here. So it's a party. Whenever it goes over 10, whenever it's double digits or more, I haven't gotten to triple digits, but I got to double digits. I got to 20 one time. Now it's back to 5. I love that. So Diz drops 6 people. Like 6 people just drop out. Like that's fine. But no, I just think it's a goofy, weird way. Like the system. I'm not gonna say the system is perfect either. I'm saying that you should be on guard. You should be well informed. You should be the one that knows about the realities of the contracts and the different things and advances and stuff like that. And people, Jay-Z laughs at people taking advances. I thought advances were the good thing. At one time, I was like, yeah, you get an advance, like $3 million advance. Hey, I got $3 million. Not really, because you're paying for your album. You're paying for your video. You're paying for your outfits. You're paying for your touring. That $3 million is going to be whittled down to like $500,000 after a while. Not a lot of people don't realize that. The 2 people that really knew the industry was the late great Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and of course Dame Dash. He knew, and that's what infuriated 50. I guess he wasn't infuriated, but he was just a little miffed because he was like, I'm from Queens. I'm from 134th Street. Or, you know, I don't know what his street was. Maybe 143rd. I can't remember exactly what it was. But he's like, that's a lot of money. That was a lot of money to him, you know? $1 million, that was a lot of money. But Dame was saying like, yeah, man, you get your $1 million. What you gonna do? You're gonna get a house, and now you're down to 500,000. Now you're gonna get some jewelry. You gotta keep yourself fresh and got some nice gear. All right, now you're down to $275,000. Now, you gotta help out your friends. You gotta get them some money. Oh, now you're down to 100,000. Like he was breaking it down like that. He was like going all the way down to like $0, and like that's just the reason why you gotta pay attention to the game. Who's that? Be easy. Is that be easy? Yeah, be easy. Pras can't help. Yeah, he can't help himself. He's in a quandary. He's in a quagmire all by himself. He's. I don't even know how he's free. I'm confused. Maybe I missed something. I think I missed something. Why is Pras free? I'm just gonna put that. He was found guilty on 10 charges, criminal charges, including conspiracy and witness tampering. So I'm very confused. Why is he locked up behind bars? I don't understand. Someone's not. Is it because he was able to, be out, bail out? But he was convicted. So if you're convicted, I thought you go to the big house. For at least 20 years, it's looking like. Somewhere around there. So goofy. It's so weird. It's goofy as hell, man. I'm telling you. This guy is suing Lauryn Hill, who doesn't have a criminal record. No matter what you say about her, she did not do anything criminally. She has no criminal activities attached to her. Pras does, clearly. And it looks like she was trying to help him out. Here's from the article. Once the tour was canceled, he claims he didn't earn money, rather owing nearly $1 million in unrecouped expenses because Hill was taking 40% of the tour guarantees and tour net profits off the top for herself, leaving the remaining 60% to be split between Hill, Pras, and Wyclef Jean. The lawsuit also, interestingly, refers to... here it goes. Fugees member Wyclef Jean is Lauryn Hill's former husband. That's what I was talking about earlier. Okay, so a section read, with the walls closing in on Michel by mid-2023, Hill saw an opportunity and swooped in to purportedly save the day for Michel, enlisting the unwitting aid of her former husband, Wyclef, to put together a Fugees tour for the second half of 2023, using independent live music concert promoter Mammoth Inc. Mammoth. Okay, whatever the hell that meant. I'm slow. I'm stupid. Some of it just seems like words and babble, but But if you don't get anything from me for this whole issue, this whole statement, we have to realize that the industry, the music, entertainment industry, every industry that's run by humans is cutthroat. I remember I had an associate of mine say, oh yeah, that's a cutthroat business. I was like, what business isn't cutthroat? If you're walking down the runway and you're a model, that's cutthroat. If you're in, if you're a trucker and you're going down the highway, that's cutthroat. Anything. If you're a ballet artist, that's cutthroat. If you're a stripper, that's cutthroat. Everything is cutthroat as a human being. That's just the way it is. It's human nature. People vying for the top. Getting at the best. Whoever is number one. Whoever is the greatest. Whoever it is. I mean, it used to be literally cutthroat. I mean, people would literally cut people's throats to get. And I guess in some instances, like the mafia and gangs, they literally do that. But but I'm just saying as a metaphor, that's what it's like. So Pras, I don't know how you're gonna sue Lauryn Hill, and you got all these different issues with your legal issues, your criminality. I don't know. It seems very weird to me that you're suing. You used to be friend and confidant. So that's just me though. All right, so another part of the show, second half of the show. I want to talk a little bit about Rich Homie Quan. He's been dead for the past few weeks, and they finally figured out what it was, the concoction that led to his death, and who knows what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a psychic or anything like that. I can only gain, you know, understanding through history, through knowing things, through what happens with humanity. But it was ruled that he had Xanax, fentanyl, codeine, and promethazine in his system, which is a quote-unquote toxic mix. A toxic mix of all these different chemicals. And I'm not saying that he committed suicide, but it would lead me to think that when you have all these drugs, why are you taking all these drugs at one time? Why? Why are you taking Xannies, Fent, codeine, and promethazine? I don't understand. And then, like, the drug culture is so weird to me. It is a strange thing because I still say and I still hold to the idea that all drugs, every single drug, all the illicit narcotics, all of that should be legal for practical and moral reasons. The practical reasons, obviously, there'll be less deaths, there'll be less crime, there'll be less arsenal of weapons, there'll be less there'll be little to no cartels. They'd have to figure out another way to do another business. Like, I don't understand that. It's such a weird thing. It's because it's like they want to do something wrong. Like, that's the weird thing about the mafia. It's like they had the control over different businesses that are legitimate, like gambling. They're in control of the gambling market. But nobody talks about that like that. Because they've been pretty much pushed aside because most of it has been legitimized with all these different sports bets and betting, DraftKings and MGM and so many other ones, FanDuel and all these different and fantasy leagues and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I think it's just a mess because we should have a lot of people like say education. I say education. Let people know what they're taking and why. And the reason why they should be taking it or shouldn't be taking it. But they should be given, as long as they're adult, as long as they're 17 years or older, they should be able to take whatever drugs they want, get high as much as they want, and even die if they want. Sad to say, I don't want anyone to die, but I'm just saying it should be someone's right to commit suicide if they want to. Now, that shouldn't be right. That shouldn't be a good thing. But it should be in place as long as they're not hurting anybody else. And they just want to, this is a perfect example of what I always say. A lot of people always say, like, oh, he's, like the late, great George Carlin said, when what do they call it? When criminals, when they get out of prison or they break out of prison, he could be roaming the streets. What if he's just relaxing at home? That's what Homie Quan was doing. Rich Homie Quan was relaxing at home. He was just on the couch. He had the drugs in his system. His girlfriend left him when he was on the couch. Then she came back home, saw him on the couch, saw he was still sleeping. Then she came downstairs at like 11 o'clock and knew that his body was feeling cold. And then she called the EMS. And that was that. He was gone. It's sad. I mean, I can name other people. I can name, Pimp C. I can name, oh my God, what's his name? Another Houston rapper. Let me see. I'm trying to remember that. Big Mo. He died. He suffered a heart attack 1 week earlier than left him in a coma. See, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if Big Mo died because of purple stuff, but he was known to have codeine-laced syrup and pours from a styrofoam cup on the album. So it's been alleged that he died, but Pimp C definitely died from an overdose. He was 33 years old? I feel old as shit now. He was 33. I'm 36. Pimp C. God damn. I'm outlasting these legends. This is crazy. See, here it goes. Pimp C was found dead in his hotel room on December 4th, 2007, on Jay-Z's birthday, with the coroner's report attributing his death to complications stemming from heavy consumption of lean and his pre-existing condition of sleep apnea. So the lean definitely did it. Lean was a part of it. That codeine, promethazine, and like I said, that should all be legalized. Every bit of it should be legalized completely, without question, without any idea of, oh well, there'll be people going down the street on PCP and waving an axe around butt naked. Like, I don't think that'll happen. But even if that happened, we would have a police force that would be even stronger, even more robust, and more dedicated to creating an environment that is conducive to law-abiding citizens. J. Leo says, what? To what? And an emoji, I don't know what the emoji means, but he says, what? Like that, without the question mark, of course. I didn't graduate from college, but I graduated from high school. But I do know I went to AP and honors classes in English. So I try to, write things out and say things instead of having emojis or, too many. On here it's fun. It's, it's not for anything serious. You can play around, but at least tell me what you're saying. Why are you saying that? You just put out a what? And I don't know what the hell that means. So I'd appreciate if you hit the Cash App first. You see it on the screen. Hit the Cash App first. Then tell me what you mean, J. Leo. Yeah, I think that's the only rational way we can do this. We legalize every single drug there is. Every single drug has to be legalized. Every single one. Not one can be said, oh, well, that one is, that'll definitely destroy your life. And fentanyl destroys everybody's lives. Opioid. But nobody says, or hardly people say, what is the reason why people are taking opioids? Why are people taking the fentanyl? Because they're hurt, they're in pain over something, and they want to get a high. The life they had, in high school, they're a star football player. They were, the prom queen. They were, whoever the case may be. And now they work at a 9-to-5 job, going nowhere, getting paid $8 an hour. And they got 2 kids and a bum broke spouse. So they go home and they're like, let me just hit this crack pipe real quick. Just take my troubles away for just a little while. But that's not good. So my idea is the best thing to do, legalize drugs and invest in rehab centers. That would be the key to do. That's how you get the money. Invest in rehab centers. Because there's going to be people that need to be rehabilitated, need to go off the stuff. And so that would be the ideal way of treating people with these problems, with these drug problems. And I always like the turnaround. It's the weird way. It's like that weird, it's like, life is great, life is good, then I lost my job, my kids left me, and they're out of the house, and everything is going bad. Let me start taking PCP, or let me start taking Fent. I'm taking Fent now. And it's wonderful, it's great, and then I gotta take Fent again, and then it's kind of good, and I'm feeling it, but then I gotta take Fent again, and I'm not even feeling good right now. I'm just feeling like I need to take more Fent. And like That's your $8 an hour job. All the money is going to the dealer, who has to look over his shoulder and wants to make sure you stay supplied, but you're still alive. That's the key to drug dealers. They could be selling you poison, but they only give you such enough poison to keep you alive. But then again, you want to go overboard. You take whatever check you have and you max out. You say, look, I want this amount of fent. And then you go to them, and then they say, oh, well, I don't really want you to do that much. And you're like, no, I got to do this. I got to take this fent. And then they're like, all right, but, if you go out of here, it's not on me. And they're like, well, don't have to worry about that. And then you take the fent, and then you OD, and you die. And it's like, the drug dealer's like, wasn't my fault, but legally, it's his or her fault. That's what I don't understand. Somebody explain that to me. They're looking at Matthew Perry's drug dealer and saying he should be prosecuted. For what? Michael Jackson's doctor. Prosecuted. For what? For giving them what they wanted. I don't understand that. It makes zero sense. Giving them all whatever. I'm trying to remember what Mike was. I'll look it up real quick. Let me see. Michael Jackson. Still looking for it. Still looking for it. Nope. Oh, here we go. Death. Bam. Overdose of benzodiazepine and propofol. Benzodiazepine is Valium. Another name for Valium or Librium. A muscle relaxant. So he wanted that. He was like, could you please give me a little bit more? I just really like the feeling. It's so great. I love how it feels. It's just... And doctor was like, all right, okay. That's the weird where we live in. Yes, war on drugs. More power to the people that are against using drugs. And I can pretty much be sure about anybody that ever wore a black DARE, drug awareness and resistance education shirt, has tried weed, coke, Tusi, heroin. Have tried all that, and they went to the classes, and it didn't work. They heard from Nancy Reagan, the late Nancy Reagan. She said, just say no. Well, I say just say yes to life. That's one of the reasons why I think it failed. Is because it was a negative precedent. It was negative. Don't just say no. No, just say yes to life. That's the key. Say yes to your living space. Yes to your living. Yes to being alive. Yes to being a human being. And I mean, I was born during the crack epidemic. The height of it, 1988. That was when it was real. It was like the Wild Wild West in different cities. Chicago, New York, LA, Detroit, Houston, Atlanta. Just to name a few cities. Pittsburgh, Philly. The streets were crazy. People can rise up, $200,000 in the bank, $600,000 in the bank. Next week, all that money's gone. Gone. That's the sad part. Now legalize it. See what happens. Is there a pop? When something's legal? What if Ozempic was illegal? Just imagine that the wonder drug that everybody's taking was illegal. That would be insane, right? But if they did that, that would be, you know, tragic and evil and vicious as well, just as much as tragic and evil and vicious for saying that crack cocaine is illegal. And I'm not advocating for its usage. I'm not advocating for its usage. I'm advocating for its legality. There's a big difference. I think people shouldn't have that. That's what I'm saying with education. People should be well educated on what substances are put into their body. They should be well educated on that. They should know the reason why they have, and I wouldn't want a warning label from the government. I don't want a Surgeon General's warning. You know, that's ridiculous anyway. The Surgeon General is a joke. That's none of the government's business. The government's business is being a gun for a military, police, and law courts. That's it. Otherwise, let us be, laissez-faire. That's what capitalism means. That's why I think this whole thing is so sad. Because people who do fent don't realize, what it is that they're dying over. They're dying over the fact that people are irrational. They think, oh, drugs kill. People get killed from drugs. That's bad. Let's make legislation that says that all drugs are now illegal. Okay, like it's completely ridiculous. This is a ridiculous precedent. It's completely ridiculous and evil. It's not ridiculous. It's too weak of a word. It's evil. It's actually evil. The FDA is one of the worst, most corrupt agencies in the entire United States government. FDA prohibits many drugs, life-saving drugs that do with Parkinson's, cancer, all the different types of diseases that are incurable and could definitely change people's lives for the better. But if the FDA didn't say it goes, then it doesn't go. But these few people over here who are completely debilitated could have a chance to walk again, have a chance to talk again, have a chance to get up and drive a car, and whatever the case may be, because of these drugs. But the FDA is stopping them. FDA is saying, nope, you can't take it. We're the government. We know what we're doing. Even though we're not a legitimate government agency, this is what we're doing. That to me is amazing. So, Rich Homie Quan, back to Rich Homie Quan. I mean, I wish he didn't die. I really did. I really wish he didn't die. I really do wish he didn't die. I really do. I really do wish he didn't die. Because of his own selfish regard. Because just as a human being, we could have seen, greater works from him, more songs from him. But he did what I always say. If you're in your living room, you're not gonna be using any was it high capacity machinery or something like that, or something along those lines, or getting behind the wheel of a car. Go for it. Do what you got to do. I mean, it's a shame that he had to die, but he did the right thing in a sense. He didn't. It's not like he was like, man, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get real high off of Xanny, fent, promethazine, codeine. Then I'm gonna get in my my Bugatti. I don't know if he had a Bugatti, but Lambo or Ferrari, or my Range Rover, whatever the hell car he had. And I'm gonna just cruise the streets. See, and then get into a head-on collision with a mother of three, and all four of them die. Like the mother of three with the three children in the car. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. He actually did the right thing, I think, in my eyes. Besides commit suicide. I mean, he didn't literally commit suicide. I know he didn't. They didn't say he committed suicide. It wasn't like or like a legitimate, like on paper, on the coroner's report. It didn't say it was an act of suicide. But in a sense, he did kill himself. He killed himself because he had that toxic combination of chemicals in his body. I take drugs, but I know if I took this amount of drugs this time, I probably feel a high. I probably feeling groovy. I be probably feeling good. But then I wanted to do it again, and wow, this is feeling really good again. This is feeling really good. Now I got to do it again. It's like that's dependency. That's what I was talking about earlier. You're going to be dependent upon it. It's going to rule your life and then ruin your life. But like I said, I like the turnovers. There's always the ones that, like even Common said, I'm like the he said I'm like the preacher who used to be an addict or something like that. Because there's always those stories, big stories about people that used to do drugs and then they become multimillionaires or something like that, or even not even multimillionaires, just like staff in schools and different rehabilitation centers. They're the best ones to go to, I guess, because they know what it's like. They know exactly what the people that are the patients there are going through because they live that life. They know what it's like. That's what I think is tremendous. That's what I think is amazing. It's the fact that you have people that change over their whole lives. I mean, there's that Encyclopedia Dramatica has a great a great way of displaying this. They say how to go to AA. Drink yourself shitless or something like that. I'm paraphrasing now, but like, drink your face off or something like that. Then then go to a meeting. Then find a newbie, and then whatever the case may be. But you know what I mean. But that's what it's like for AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. They drink, they get drunk a lot until it's a point where it's like, I can't control this. It's too much. And that's really, really sad. Because there's mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters and cousins and uncles and aunts that can't control themselves. They literally have a dependency and they can't control their intake. So what do? I guess you can say they go on in different ways of self-medicating. I guess the proper term would be self-medicating and presenting themselves in that regard. I mean, I'm just saying. I've noticed it. I've been there. I've been to AA meetings. They're the most boring meetings ever. I'm sure if you watch television, you've seen at least one or two, either Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous. What is it, like a round table? Not even a table, but it's like a round of chairs or whatever the hell is. A bottom of a basement of a church or a gymnasium or something like that. And people just say like, hi, my name is blank, and like, hi, my name is Sky. Yeah, I like to get high, and it's really fly. Like I'm not trying to rhyme, but I'm just saying, like that's the way it goes. And and then they have coffee and cigarettes. That's the irony. That is the greatest irony I think ever. That is super ironic. Coffee and cigarettes. Like they don't provide the cigarettes. I haven't noticed anywhere. But if you have cigarettes, you can go outside for a break, and light up. What do cigarettes do? But cause cancer and kill you. It's probably gonna be worse than the drug you're trying to get off of, or the alcohol you're trying to get off of. Like, so weird. It's just so weird. People don't stop and think about these things. I think I just had to stop and think about it, and I just said, this is really, really weird. This is really goofy stuff. Like this whole thing is really goofy. It's strange. It's awful. It's horrendous. It's a problem. It's what makes it very difficult to even function you know, within a society. Because what is a society? And a collection of individual men and women, you know, people. So, you know, for all those AA meetings and the coffee, I think coffee is probably is a stimulant, which is a drug. You know, the caffeinated coffee anyway, is a stimulant, and you know, you might. I've never heard of this, but there's probably a chance people are hooked on coffee. America runs on Dunkin'. That's what it is. That's their tagline. So, Starbucks. I work for Starbucks. I noticed that we had lines going out back to. We were at the Travel Plaza. That means it was a wide, you know, space. It was a huge. It wasn't like a tiny little, you know, coffee shop. It was the main, you know, restaurant or store, I guess you could say. And there were lines way back to the front, to the entrance. And we would just serve up, you know, liquefied crack. I mean, that's what it was. That's what people are there for. To get that kick, to get that extra. Can I get 2 shots of espresso in mine? Thanks. And they start getting jittery and, you know, looking around. You know. I'm trying to think about who else died. What rappers died from overdose? Juice WRLD, that's true, facts. Juice WRLD, Gangsta Boo, DMX, Mac Miller, Lil Peep, Coolio, Big Scar, Lexi Alegi. Crazy. Crazy. This is crazy. This is wild. And there's more people. DJ Screw, RIP, dog, because I really miss you. ODB, Old Dirty Bastard, of course. Shock G. But that's, again, the reasoning. Reasons. The reason. Why are they taking these drugs? Why are they hurt? Why is the life that they're living say you should take drugs? That'll make you feel better. That'll give you a better perspective. That'll give you a better life. Take these drugs. Take drugs. Take drugs. Take drugs. That's what their conscience is saying. Take drugs. They're good for you. Now, there probably is a point where all these drugs are actually good and beneficial. Everybody loves to claim marijuana. That's why I waited for the last few minutes for marijuana. Even marijuana's still like, do you got a card? Do you got a license? Are you 21 and older? Are you, what? Do you have a criminal record? Do you have, it's like still, it's still kind of not very, hardcore, but that is the easiest. They call it the gateway drug. They call it the simple drug. The one you take first. You take your first toke. Oh man, I'm feeling it. You're feeling some type of way. But it's just marijuana. I mean, is there such thing as a marijuana overdose? That's what I'm gonna say now. Is there such thing as a marijuana? A marijuana overdose is not fatal. However, it can produce some adverse side effects that can be uncomfortable or distressing. So that's the reason why people are like, oh, it's just weed. It's just weed. Let them legalize weed. And the sad thing is that the government's got its tentacles all over weed, no matter what. No matter what the case is, it's got its tentacles all over it. Still, tax it. Make sure you have a great percentage going to the government because you're a dispensary or because you're using it. That's the sad part, I think. That's what's really sad. That's what I think is a serious issue. Because people are dying. People are dying. And it's not because of selfishness. It's not because of self-centeredness. Well, I don't use like self-centeredness, but it's not because of an ego. It's not because of anything like that. Ego and selfishness are proper and righteous. They're good things. They should be regarded as the highest and best part of humanity. The reason why people do these drugs is because they're hurt, because they realize that life isn't going the way they wish it to be. And that's partly because of the way that government has been weak on its enemies, has been weak as a proper force, has used its money for funding drug wars, billions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of people locked up for drug offenses. And where are we? Let's just see the results, Jim. Like, we didn't get. We're going backwards. We're not even treading water. We're literally going backwards. So I say, salute to Rich Homie Quan and all the others that we lost in the hip hop game because of overdoses. I know you felt pain. That's the reason why you were using it in the first place. So I definitely sympathize with that. And I hope that, we do have a day where we have legalized every narcotic, illicit drug, everything on the FDA market, everything. We can get there one day. I'd like to thank, who is this? The one person that said something, or two people, Be Easy and J Leo. I think I scared people away with my Cash App, but I appreciate it. It went up to like 11 twice, but I appreciate you all for viewing, and I'll see you in rebroadcast land. Thank you very much. Take care.